Hey, this is Leland Baptist, and today I have an amazing video for you. So first off, I'm gonna say welcome back. And in this video, I wanna take away all of the excuses. So for a lot of people that are starting off with wholesaling real estate, people make a lot of excuses on why they believe they won't be successful at something. And I wanna tell you that first, it starts off with your mind. The second part is you have to be resilient. And the third is you have to utilize the information and tools that you already have access to. So in this video, it is a little bit lengthy, but I want to encourage you to watch it all the way through because there are lots of great bonuses and things and tools that if you utilize these, it will change your life, okay? So this video is meant to smash, demolish, take away all of the excuses that you're having when it comes to wholesaling real estate, especially as a beginner. Now, with that being said, let's get right into my computer. I'm gonna walk you through step by step what to do, and you're gonna do everything using primarily one site, and that site is going to be Zillow, like legit Zillow. So with that being said, let's dive in and let's get started. Well, I'm gonna show you how to, one, find sellers using Zillow. Number two, I'm going to show you how to find buyers using Zillow. Number three, I'm going to show you how to begin to skip trace off-market properties or prospective sellers using Zillow, and then using a few other websites, put it together and into a nice little bow. So as you know, when it comes to wholesaling, what you're looking to do, what you should be doing, is actively making offers to people who are interested in selling their homes, and sometimes people that may not have an interest immediately that you later will follow up to make offers. So with that being said, let's first go to Zillow. All right. So here we are at Zillow.com, and we're going to go to the market of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Specifically, we're going to an area of zip code 53218. So 53218. Okay. Now, this is a rental area, which would mean that this is an area in which there are landlords that are looking to basically buy homes. Yeah. Okay. So it's a good rental market. So I'm in the area right now, kind of like off of Lincoln Creek, Willard, and 60th Street. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and use Zillow to gain or decide what my boundary will be. So what's great about Zillow is that it allows anyone to go here, click on draw, and whether you're on your phone or the computer, you can draw a little circle or triangle around a prospective area. So I am in the Hampton Heights area right now. And so if I'm first looking for, let's say sellers, what I can do is click on for sale. And I could, if I wanted to, unselect everything here and just look for things that are being sold either by agent or by owner. Okay. So hit apply. So everything that pops up here is by agent or by for sale by owner. Okay. So that's pretty easy. That's pretty self-explanatory. That's what most people know to use Zillow for. So it's not that big of a deal. Now, what if I'm looking for buyers for a prospective area? Well, if this is the area that I'm focusing in on, Hampton Heights area, what I can do is I can actually go to for rent, hit apply, and now Zillow is going to show me all of the for rent properties within this prospective area. All I have to do is choose not to be lazy, click on the prospective properties, and look in the description. And what you'll notice here is that it will tell me who the listing is provided by. This one is provided by the actual property owner. So sometimes when you're looking at for rent properties, you'll get a few things. You'll have a realtor, you'll have a property management company, you'll have an investment company, or you'll have just a straight property owner. So this person here, her name is Erica Clean. She appears to be the property owner. Now, Erica does not have her phone number available. So that means that I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on my end to get in contact with Erica. Now, one thing I could do is I could click where it says ask questions. It'll pop up on the form, and I can fill this out in hopes that Erica would reach out to me. When she reaches out to me, I will have to let her know that, hey, I'm actually not looking to to rent your home. I'm actually looking to see if you, as a landlord, are looking for additional homes within this neighborhood or within this area. I happen to have a property under contract within your prospective area, and I wanted to know, as a landlord, if you would be interested in adding it to your rental portfolio. That's it. Like pretty simple, right? Not difficult. Let's do a few more real quick, and let's just see if we get someone different. So here we are with this one. So great example. This one right here is by a property management company. So I don't have a one particular person or a direct owner that I can go to. However, when I make this phone call, I'm either going to be met with an automated message or an actual receptionist or like an assistant. I let that receptionist or assistant know that, hey, I'm making this phone call because I'm looking to speak with the property manager of 5221 North 68th Street here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And if you can, please give me a call. I have a few direct questions I have. I get to speak to someone. Oh, hey, I happen to have a property that is not too far from this area, and I wanted to know if you or one of your clients, who happens to be landlords, are looking to add any additional properties to their portfolio. And if you, as a property management company, happen to refer or happen to have a partnership with me to refer other investors that are looking to buy properties at a discount, I'd be happy to also give a referral fee. Simple, right? Let's just randomly look for one more. All right. Here we go. This one is listed by a property owner. So here we are. Someone's name is Stella Payne. And then I get her direct phone number. So what do? You pick up the phone and you call Stella. You let Stella know that you come across discounted properties and that you have a property within her area, and you want to know if she or someone else that she knows might want to add it to their rental portfolio. And again, it's a discounted property, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That is literally how easy it is with finding a buyer. It doesn't have to be difficult. A lot of times as human beings, when something seems too good to be true or too simple, that human beings will try to make something difficult. Don't make this process difficult, guys. You can literally sit at your house, sit at your home office, and make a phone call, get on the internet, call 10 or 15, 20 people per day, build relationships with them, and then later follow up. Okay? So you guys just saw me do this. Literally, you just saw me do it. Okay? So that's one way. The next way is I can click on sold, and we're still under Zillow. I can click on sold, and as I click on sold, I can select any of these properties. So now, because I know this area, I know that normally if a property was bought in around the 60 range, 50 range, or 70 range, and basically anything that's under like 100 grand in this particular area, I know that these are properties that were purchased as rentals, okay, or purchased with someone like a fix and flip, okay. I also know that the average home in these areas is about 150, okay. So when I see this property right here at 5731 North 62nd Street, I know more than likely that it was sold as a rental. And so here's what I would do. I click on the property. I go down to the description, owner, occupant, or investment. Looks like we're right on with that, right? It shows me who the listing group was. So the Browse group. So thinking, okay, cool. The Browse group is obviously selling an investment property. That's one thing. So that's someone to network with. And then if I keep looking, what I can then do is if I want to find out who actually bought this property, what Zillow allows you to do is when you scroll down a little bit and look for the tax information on every property, Zillow will actually take you to the tax website. Okay. So boom, says public tax history. Find, and then right here it says find assessor info on the county website. Okay, you guys see that? So when I click there, it should take me to the county assessor's website, but right here it hasn't. So don't worry, I'm gonna show you guys what to do next, okay? The other thing is within our Zillow description where it talks about see more facts and features, I click that drop down. Zillow also gives me the partial number. And I'm going to use this partial number to plug into the county website to get directly to the mailing address and ownership information. I'm doing all this without having to pay any money. I'm just taking some time out of my day, getting 5, 15, or 20 prospects, and then shooting the targets down. That's how simple this business is. Okay. So going back to this, Zillow had the wrong website, right? So it's okay. We'll take a little bit of legwork. So we're in Milwaukee County, and we know that we're looking for the property assessor's website. Okay. So in Google, we're typing in Milwaukee County property assessor. Okay, Milwaukee County property assessor. We're going to go to the assessor's website, and we're looking to see where we can go within the county's website to search for the property information. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this is on this website here, in the center of it, you'll see something right here that says assessor's office data. Underneath that, you see it says real property search, look up my assessment. Pretty cool. Now, the next question is, well, Leland, what if for some reason, I don't know, what if for some reason I have a hard time Googling things? What if for some reason I chose not to listen and I didn't put the name of the county, I didn't put the word county, and I didn't put property assessor? So if you're someone who chose to be difficult, what you want to do is go to a website called Netro or Netter Online. Okay, netteronline.com. When you do that, you're gonna see on the home page. Actually, I'm sure exactly what you'll see. When you go to Netter Online, it will take you to a home page. You want to click on where it says Public Records Online. You then want to scroll down, and you want to look for your particular state. So we're using Wisconsin. Then it's going to take you specifically to the county. Well, we know that the county that we're looking for is Milwaukee County. So we'll click Milwaukee. Then from there, what we're going to do is we see the name, we see the phone number, and we see the online segments. Okay. Now, right here, you see that like some counties in the United States, some counties require some of their information to only be accessed through subscription-based only. Not to worry, calm down, relax, because even when counties want to make a subscription basis to look at things such as like recorded deeds and to look at mortgage documents and things like that, that's okay. You can relax. All counties will allow you to look at the tax information. Why is that? Because all counties make majority of their income from taxes, and they need to make sure that people have access to their tax information. Like imagine if you own property, you own rental property in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but you happen to live in, let's say, in France, in the country of France, right? Well, if it comes time to pay your taxes on those investment properties, wouldn't you want to be able to access that online without having to go down to the local county assessor's office? Absolutely. Okay. So here we are. If we click on right here where it says by subscription only, we're taken to a different website. This is still within the same county of Milwaukee, right? It has real estate records here, and it's a service. This is a service that is through something called Tapestry. And what Tapestry will allow you to do is that it will allow you to look up documents, sometimes documents throughout the United States, but documents that are like land record documents. This is what title companies use, by the way. And you just pay a subscription if you want to use this. Okay. So like when you download a document, they charge you, I want to say like $1 per document. All right. Not to worry. You don't have to use Tapestry if you don't. But again, if you want to look at land records the same way that a title company does, this is what they use. Okay. And anyone can use this. You just pay to use it. So if you're in Texas and you're wondering, and someone told you that they have filed a land document, maybe a land contract against a particular property, you could just pay a title company to do the research, or you can make an account with Tapestry and you can just research it at home for yourself. Very, very simple. Now, let's say that, again, you're like, Leland, I don't have $10 to use online, but I still want to get in this business. So I say, okay, well, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go and you're going to go to the Treasurer's website, and you're going to look for your tax information. Okay. As a matter of fact, here's what we can do too. So we can put Milwaukee County Property Tax Bill. Okay. Enter. And you can do this for any county, by the way. All right. Tax bill or tax records. All right. So as you can see here, I've used this one, which is a real estate property taxes. What you want to do is you're going to first start off with like a .gov or a .org, but eventually it will take you to a portal that will look like this. Okay. When you get here, they are going to allow you to search using the partial ID. So earlier we talked about the partial ID that Zillow gives you. So all I have to do here is copy that. Then go to this website here and paste it, and then hit search. Okay. So boom, what does this tell me? It says that this property is owned. This is an owner here is a gentleman named Eddie B. Thomas. That's what it says here based on the bill as of the tax year of 2022. Okay. So if I click here for view bill, it will then give me the mailing address for Mr. Thomas. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on view bill. I'll show you guys what it looks like. It looks like this, as you can see here. And now I have Mr. Thomas's mailing address. Sometimes what happens is that a person may have a different mailing address than the property address. And that happens a lot of times for most people that are absentee owners. That means that someone, for example, someone could live in France, someone could live in Paris, France, but they can own a property in Milwaukee. Okay. So the next thing is, well, how do I get in contact with Mr. Eddie B. Thomas, right? How can I get in touch with this guy? Now, and I want to say this real quick, just FYI. This tax bill that we have from the county of Milwaukee, this tax bill was for 2020. Oh, actually, it says 2023, but the receipt that it showed us was from 2022. Okay. Zillow was telling me that about 10 days ago or so, this property was sold. So we're going to use it as an example anyway. Okay. So let's say I now want to get in contact with Mr. Eddie B. Thomas. I'm going to copy his name, and I'm going to use one of two websites. The first website I'm going to use is called True People Search. Okay. I'm going to paste his name in, and then I'm going to go ahead and take his zip code, and I'm going to paste that in. Okay. And we're going to hit search. All right, cool. So we get a few different Eddie B. Thomases, right? A few different Eddie B. Thomas. I have one Milwaukee, 61. Have one 74, St. Louis. Another 73, Milwaukee. Another 74 in St. Louis. So, excuse me. Some of these I believe are the same person. But let's see what happens. What do you know? This Eddie B. Thomas has the exact same address as the property that we're looking at. What do you know? This Eddie B. Thomas has the following cell phone and the following landline phone numbers. Okay. Pretty cool, right? What do you know? They give us what they believe is a accurate email address for Mr. Thomas. Cool. The second website you can use is called Fast People Search. And all we're going to do is the exact same thing. Copy, paste. Copy, paste, search. All right. So here's what we get. We get his name, we get his age, we have his address. Okay. We have previous places that Mr. Thomas has lived. We get mobile phone number and we get landlines. Okay. We're also able to see if he had other relatives who are listed here. So again, if I was really in the hunt for Eddie Thomas, and for example, let's say someone passes away, right? Someone is deceased, and maybe it's an estate, and I want to find the family members of the deceased person. I would look up the person, and then the very bottom where it gives me the relatives, I would then begin to call the relatives. Okay? All right. Cool. Let's go through another one, just as an example. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look for another one that was sold at a smaller rate. See, these are all in 2023, which is very recent, so it might not show immediately. Okay, so here's one that sold for $56,000 in 2022. And all I'm going to do now, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to look under the description, under see more facts, and I'm looking for the partial number. Okay. This one says it's a short sale. So, okay. Nonetheless. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go right back to our tax assessors part, type in our partial number, hit search. All right. And so the same process here, Frankie R. Banks, I would look up to see Frankie R. Banks, and I would look at the receipt just to make sure the same mailing address, and I would look up Frankie R. Banks. Okay. All right, let's do another one. And let me do one on page 5, just randomly. Okay. All right, so here we go. Here's another. I'm going to scroll down, see more facts and features, get our partial number, go back over here, paste, all right, hit search. Perfect. This is an example. So here we are. Again, like if we're looking for buyers right here, we have the property was owned by Miss Katrina Powers for over a decade. And then in 2022, it was purchased by Phases Unlimited LLC. So here's what we do. We now know that there's a buyer who's purchasing property within this area. We also know that they bought this property for $82,000. Okay. Like we're gathering all this just from Zillow. And we now are going to get in contact with this buyer. So, and I think this is a great example. Real quick, hold on a second for you guys. So remember, I keep going to the tax bill, right? So on this is a great example. Look at this tax bill. Now we know that the property that was purchased has the address 5371 North 53rd Street. Okay. But the mailing address for this LLC, this limited liability company, is 7608 North Longview Drive, Glendale, Wisconsin. Perfect. All right. So now we have to go ahead and get in contact, or we have to get the contact information of the manager of said LLC. All right. So let me show you guys what to do now. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look up the LLC. So as you see here, this is one of the websites that we have bookmarked, and we're going to look for Wisconsin. And as we're looking for Wisconsin, we are simply going to go to Wisconsin's Secretary of State's website, and we're going to do what's called a entity search. Okay. So here we are. Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions, search corporate records. I remember, we go back over here. The LLC that we're searching is Phases Unlimited LLC. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to search right here. All this is public information, by the way, guys. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit search, and boom, I get something here. So now we have our LLC. We also are able to see who our registered agent is of that LLC. So in other words, as far as my search is going, it's leading me to a person or an individual, and that person is Miss Hawthorne. So what I have to do now is I need to find out if I can get in contact with Miss Hawthorne. Now, I want to give a precaution to this. Sometimes what will happen is that people will use their relatives, their friends, their coworkers, attorneys, accountants, or CPAs to register their LLCs, and that's fine. So you may call someone, and it may end up being someone's law office. Not an issue. You may call someone, and it may end up being someone's CPA. Not a problem. You have to be able to make the phone call, and if it's not who you think it is, you just say, hey, listen, this is Bob. I was calling because I own a few properties in the area, or I have access to a couple properties in the area, and I noticed that the owner of Phases Unlimited LLC also owns a rental property that's not too far from me. Would you happen to know if they may be interested in a property? Would you be willing to put me in contact with one of the managers? Would you be willing to put me in contact with the property manager, right? All of those simple things. And again, it's public information. So what we're going to do now is we're simply just going to go to True People Search and to our other website. We're just going to type in our information. So we're going to use the zip code, type it in. We're going to hit search. Okay. So we only get one right here. So more than likely, this is our person. Let's see. And then here we are. So this address matches. That address actually matches. I think it's this document. This address, the Longview Drive right here, matches Longview Drive right here. So more than likely, this is our person that we need to get in contact with. We need to get in contact with Miss Hawthorne. Why? Because Miss Hawthorne is actively purchasing properties within the specific target area that we're looking for. Miss Hawthorne is buying single family and multifamily properties. And guess what? We found this out just by using Zillow. That's it. We chose not to be lazy. We chose not to make excuses. And we chose just to use Zillow. Can you believe that? That's pretty cool, right? Now, I want to say this, just a shameless plug real quick. All the links that I have went over in this example, in this video, you can find all these links within within the app that we have, which is called Asset Builders Club. You can download Asset Builders Club from the Apple Store. You can download Asset Builders Club from Google Play. And if you go through the information, all of it's here, specifically under the CCR mini course. All of that is there with the actual websites that we use today. And then also, as a free bonus for anyone who wants to use it, under the LLC, right here, under where it says Get EIN, it says Secretary of State websites. We talk about all the websites that we just used, that I just used to find the Secretary of State's website for Wisconsin, and it's how we got our buyer here. So all you have to do is use the tools that you have. So no longer should you be able to make an excuse and say, hey, Leland, I want to get started. I want to get these deals done in real estate, but rats, I don't want to pay $100 a month to PropStream. Leland, I want to get started in real estate, but I can't find any buyers. Leland, I want to get started in real estate, but I don't know where to look. Leland, I want to get started in real estate, but I can't find any sellers, right? Get all that out of your mind. Now, here's a bonus training for you. In addition to finding buyers, just like what we just did, right? I could find, for example, 20 in a day, or I could find 20 in a week. But I have to make contact with the buyers and find out what they want. Let me show you one additional way that you can find buyers easily. So you go to gosection8.com. That's GO section 8, the number 8.com. It will redirect you to the affordablehousing.com website. And what you would do here is, if I'm looking for a particular area, I would just type in the zip code of the specific area. Okay, so I'm going to do that now and hit search. On the right-hand side, and again, this is a smaller area, but on the right-hand side, you're going to find a list of rental properties that have been made available for gosection8.com by the owners of that property. Now, as I said earlier, some of those owners are the direct owners. Some of the listings are from the direct owners. Some of them are from the property managers. Some of them are from, friendly realtors that are also managing property for people. You don't know until you inspect, right? So if we look at this property here, that's 5311 North 54. Guess what? We got a property owner, and guess what? We have the direct phone number for the property owner. Wow, what should we do next? We should make the phone call. Look at that. We have someone that owns a property, therefore they're a landlord, and they own property in the target area that we already have a property under contract. Pretty cool. So what should we do? Make the phone call. Use the buyer script that you have, that we give you access to, and make the phone call. Pretty cool. Let's just do one more. Let's see what else is available on, and also, these are people that are Section 8 approved, right? So let's look and see about this property. What do you know? Miss Tomorrow. We got her direct phone number. How about that? So that's 3 buyers thus far, right? And let's just do one more for good measure. So we have 4 buyers. Same lady. So this lady has more than one property in the same area. Definitely someone you want to add to your buyers list. And let's do this again. She has 3 properties. So this lady has 3 properties in the same area. There's really no reason not to add her to your buyers list. You have to make the phone call and find out exactly the type of stuff she likes to buy. So let me zoom out a little bit. I'm going to use the pencil part, and I'm just going to draw. Oops, not good drawing. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. Oops. Boy, I don't know why it's giving me a hard time. Let's see, try it again. Okay. So I'm going to make my little area a little bit bigger. Make my area a little bit bigger. See what I get? All right, I got a little bit more this time. Got an 850. Let's see who this belongs to. Same lady. Okay, so this lady has she's got like 6 properties in the same area. So this is someone that I would highly suggest you reach out to. So just using these sites, again, you could just use Zillow, I guess, too. But just using Zillow primarily, you're able to find various investors. And I want to just find just one more. So this one right here is a $60,000 purchase, $52,000 purchase. These are within the range for investors. So right here, again, just going to scroll down. We're going to click on see more features. I'm going to go and get the partial number. And I'm going to do a quick little search. I'm going to type that in or paste it in, excuse me. I'm going to hit search. Perfect. Oh, I know VB1. That's actually a major hedge fund in the Midwest. But you just found a major hedge fund just by listening and watching me go through this. So we'll hit view bill, and we're going to click on that and show you guys what it looks like here. Let's see. This company here is a major hedge fund, but nonetheless, here's I'll show you what to do. And so these are a little bit more difficult because they use foreign registered agents. So a lot of times you won't be able to find out who, incorporated the company, right? Not to worry. Now I know who this company is, but let's say you're trying to figure out how to get into contact with this hedge fund. Well, guess what you can do? You can go to Google and you can just type in the name of the LLC. And if you look slowly, let's look very slowly, let's kind of see. So just think about this real quick, right? This is the assessor's website. These are all the properties that VB1, that this hedge fund owns just within the county of Milwaukee itself. So just let that sink in. This hedge fund owns properties throughout the United States, but especially in the Midwest. Now look, boom. There you go. That's your hedge fund. So, boom. Man, all this stuff. Okay. All right. Boom. Here we are. This is the hedge fund. Now, one or two things that you can do. You can go directly to this private equity fund's website. That's one way to do it. Or what you can also do is go to their LinkedIn page, like I am on right now, and you can actually just click on where it says people. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you guys this little hint, just FYI, so that you know. I have different types of connections on LinkedIn than the average person. Okay. If you notice, the people that I'm connected with happen to be connected with these companies here. I'll give you another hint. All these companies right here that people that I'm connected with are hedge funds. And I'll also give you another hint that these people that I'm connected with that are connected with those hedge funds, they work for those hedge funds. So here's another hint for you. If you want hedge funds and not mom and pop buyers, the best place to look for those guys are via LinkedIn. A little secret, if you watch this far in the video, then you have it. If you haven't watched this far in the video, shame on you. You missed out. Oh well, sucks to be you. But just by you watching me go through this process, I have helped you find 4 mom and pop investors, right? We talk about having 10 investors, right? So I suggest that you have at least 2 to 3 flippers, 2 to 3 landlords, and then 2 to 3 hedge funds. Well, I've helped you find 4 landlords. I've also helped you find 4 hedge funds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want it, if I click on here, you'll see all the other hedge funds. But I'm not going to do that. Just know that it's as simple as that. Okay. So really what this boils down to is, what excuse do you want to make for yourself today? Because you could just use Zillow and the same information that we went through, the same stuff that I just did via Zillow. Okay. This is all happening via Zillow. And what's cool about this is that this hedge fund bought this property off market. I'm very certain, if I look at the public record report, that this is probably an investor that bought it in February for 30 grand. They flipped it to the hedge fund for 52 grand later on. It's a great strategy. I know people that do that. So nonetheless, you can do the same thing. All right. Let's just do one more because I'm feeling gracious. I'm in the spirit of giving over, right? Over giving. So let's just do another one. Let's look at this. And we're going to scroll down. And, oh, by the way, let me show you guys something. This is also another little hint. So here's a bonus hint. If you're still listening, whoever's listening, this is a bonus hint for you. I'm trying to help you out. I feel like I'm trying to break generational curses, right? Property was at, which one were we at? Give me 1 second, guys. 56, right? 56th Street. Okay. So I'm gonna give you this really cool hint right here. Okay. Not all the time, but sometimes when you have properties in which you go back and you look at the properties and you see that the hedge fund bought the property, sometimes when you look at the listing, if there was a listing, it will show you who the broker was, the real estate broker who was connected to that. And that will let you know that real estate broker is the person that you want to be connected to when it's time to present more of your offers directly to the hedge fund. Because if you go to LinkedIn and your profile is not put together like mine is, no offense, sometimes, or they may not respond to you. I'm gonna be honest with you, because your profile may not look professional. I hate to say it. That's how they are. So they'll connect with me, they'll respond to me, whatever. And part of that is because I have another business that does well, but also it's professional, right? And we're able to connect them with investors, private money, all that stuff. You may not have the same type of LinkedIn profile, and that's okay. But what that means is you want to do some research, like I'm showing you how to do right now, to where you're able to find the person who is boots on the ground. For example, this hedge fund, they're headquartered in Ohio. I think it's like Columbus, Ohio, or Cincinnati, something like that. They're headquartered in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. They have a point person who is over the Milwaukee market. So you don't have to be buddy buddy on LinkedIn with the vice president of this hedge fund. You simply have to connect with the person who is boots on the ground in that particular market that you're wholesaling properties in. And then you can funnel your properties or your opportunities through that person. Okay. So again, if you're still watching, it's to help you. If you're not watching, oh well, it's your life. So I'm gonna help you real quick find another one. Right. This is perfect. So this one says, as a description, says fixer upper ready for its next buyer. All right, newer roof and tons blah blah blah. Perfect for a burr or flip. Okay, whoever bought this property with the intent as an investment property, either to flip it or either to renovate and rent. Okay. What's great about this is it tells you the agent that was used to buy this property. This says bought with Janie Rivera Conley. What does that mean? If I type in her information and I do, for example, Wisconsin, most realtors or real estate agents who are active in real estate, they want you to be able to find them, like, because that's how they make money, right? So I now know, just by looking on Zillow, I now know that Janie, right, or maybe someone on Janie's team purchased this property. So I know that someone that is on Janie's team represented a buyer that purchased this property in Milwaukee in hopes to renovate the property. So what do? I call Janie, or I call someone who's on her team, and I say, "Hey, Janie, this is Leland. I was doing some research within the area, and I saw that someone on your team, either you or someone on your team, helped facilitate a deal on West Villard Avenue in Milwaukee. Is that true? Oh yeah, that was last year. That was a couple months ago. Okay, great. Do you still work closely with that investor that you represented in that deal? Oh yeah. He's on his fifth flip now. Fantastic, Janie. Hey Janie, real quick, I actually happen to have a few other investment properties that are off market and private in this same neighborhood. Is it okay if I send this to you so you can have your investor look over it and see if it's something that he or she might be interested in? Wow, that's it. Wow, that was it. Okay. And guess what? We used Zillow. So you just found a flipper by using Zillow. I'm on a roll today. Let me just find one more for you guys, right? To help you. So I'm just going to scroll down and scroll down. This one sold. All right, we're going to go back to see features and details, do partial, and go back over here to the county information. Oops. I'm going to hit search. Let's see who purchased this. Look at that, another investment company, MK Investment Group. We'll hit view bill and view bill again. And I'll let you guys see what this looks like real quick. All right. So again, here we are. Investment company that buys it has a different address. So that means the mailing address is different. Absentee owner. I'm going to copy the name of the investment group. I'm going to go back to I'm going to go back to the county's information, go back to our entity search here. I'm going to type this in. I'm going to hit search. Excuse me. And I get a registered agent of Mr. Love. Okay. So that's the person's last name. I'm now going to take that person's last name, or excuse me, that person's name, and I'm going to take the proper mailing address or zip code. There we go. And I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to hit search. Oh, nothing was found so far. All right, we'll go back on here and let's try this again. I wonder if this is a real name. Let's see. Let's see what happens. All right. All right. So I get a lot of phone numbers though. And I'm getting a few email addresses. All right. So this might be our guy. I don't know. I'm a little shaky about this one, but this could possibly be our person. Okay. And again, it's interesting because I wasn't able to find him directly by using that zip code, but I do find him just by hitting search, and it's still in Milwaukee, by the way. So I'm still a little on the fence here. Okay, I feel better about this one now. All right, previous addresses associated. Yep, this is our guy. All right, so this property, I believe, is a property that someone will probably try to renovate or flip. And with that being said, you just found yourself another investor. Isn't that cool? And what we did is we use Zillow. We use website links that are in the Asset Builders Club app that anyone can download from their local app store or Google Play Store, whatever. And we found them. That's it. All you got to do now is just make the phone call. So if you found this video helpful, beneficial, if it hopefully takes away the excuses, please let me know. Give me your comments, likes, thumbs ups, shares, all that good stuff. Let me know that this is valuable. And if so, then I'll make more videos. Thanks a lot and talk to you later.